Hello everybody, Maven here, and today's going to be a little bit of a ranting video. It's actually going to be a top 10 quality of life changes that Bungie should add to Destiny 2 to help make our lives easier. You know, I love Destiny 2, great game, but it has a lot of small little annoyances that very well could be easily fixed. Tiny little changes that would make the game so much better and more bearable. And these are just 10 ideas that come to mind, but you know, I know as soon as I post this video, there's going to be a million ideas that come to mind that I should have added in here. So if you have any ideas of quality of life changes that could make our lives easier in Destiny 2, feel free to share in the comments down below. And I highly doubt any Bungie devs will see this video, but hey, you never know, there's always a chance if the video does well. And if you want to help this video do well, you can simply just hit that like button, leave a comment, and possibly share the video with a friend. All those actions really help the algorithm and the video's performance. And with that, let's get to it. Hope you enjoy. Number 10, auto dismantle blues. This really should be number 1 in the video, but I decided to throw a whopper at number 10 just to catch your attention because this is probably to all Destiny players the most annoying thing in the game. Don't you just hate when you go to your postmaster and it's overflowing with blues like this? You know, us people who farm grandmasters have lost many 10 stacks of ascendant shards this way. I'm personally one of them, but the worst thing I lost was a 240 stack of raid spoils, and let me tell you, that was a sad day for me. What Bungie could do to fix this is if you go into settings and go to the gameplay tab, there should be an option that says auto dismantle rare gear on or off. And I guarantee you, every Destiny player would have that on at all times because there is no reason for us to want blue gear, Bungie. Why do you keep giving it to us? There's no reason to ever want that unless you've been playing the game for 3 days. And most of us are past that already. This is something that we've been asking for a very long time. Number 9, cap fire team limit. This is more for the players who use LFG. I know not everybody watching uses LFG, but for those that do, and you're making a post for like Dares of Eternity or a raid or some kind of seasonal master content or anything really, you're gonna get like 10 plus people trying to join your fire team all at once, and then you have to proceed to kick person after person after person until you have the required amount of people, and then you launch your activity. But this would not be a problem is if you go to the roster tab, go right here to the settings. If there was a setting that said cap fire team limit at, and then there's a number option, you could just cap it at 6, and then no more than 6 people can join your fire team, and then you can launch your activity in peace without having to kick several people who join you too rapidly. And then if you're doing like a dungeon or something, you only need 3 people, you can cap your fire team limit at 3, so no more than 3 people can join. That would be very convenient. And also, Bungie just announced during the Lightfall reveal stream that they are going to mess around with adding an in-game LFG tab.
In the year of Lightfall, we're going to actually be investing in building a looking for group system in Destiny itself. You'll be able to look for other players, you'll be able to find groups that are looking for players.
If there is going to be an in-game LFG, you better add the option to cap your fire team, because if not, it is going to be an absolute disaster. Number 8, locked cosmetics. When you load into an activity that locks your loadout, it locks you out of everything, literally everything, the things that don't even matter. So it's totally fine they lock your loadout and your subclass and even your sparrow, things that actually have an effect on the gameplay. But it's total BS that they lock you out of changing things like ornaments, shaders. They don't allow you to add transmog on your armor. You can't change your ghost shell. You can't even change your emblem or your ship or emotes or shaders, nothing. Everything you do, you cannot change it. Literally, this is stuff that has no effect on the game whatsoever. So why is it locked? There's no reason for it, and Bungie needs to be less strict on the stuff that they lock. Number 7, kill trackers. It sucks that we have to choose a tracker between PvE and PvP. Why can't we have both together? Because, you know, we like kill trackers. We want to flex our kills, but it just sucks that we can't have both at the same time. There was a bug a little while ago with Divinity. Divinity did have both trackers available, and it would track both PvE and PvP at the same time. Why can't we have that all the time? That's amazing. So when you look at your weapon on the screen here, it should have 2 rows of text, combatants defeated and guardians defeated. Why doesn't it have that? Bungie, just please make this a feature. That'd be so awesome. Number 6, filters. There's so many items and shaders and collectibles in the game that it doesn't make sense that we don't have filters. Like, look at the amount of shaders that I got. There's like 10 pages of shaders because I've been playing the game for years. So when I'm trying to look for a shader, it's impossible to find the one I'm looking for. It takes minutes. All shaders have like a primary color and a secondary color to them. Everybody knows that. So there should be a sort feature. Like, what if I wanted a primary blue shader? So there should be a sort that says, I want blue. I click on blue and it pops up all the primary blue shaders. Say I want red, pops up all the primary red shaders, and so on and so forth for every color, so that you can find the primary color of shader that you're looking for. And there are hundreds, if not thousands of items in your entire collections. If you're looking for a certain thing, it's going to take you a long time to find it. If you're looking for a certain armor set just to see what it looks like before you buy it from Xur on your other character, it's going to take a super long time to find it. But if there was a filter feature that you could just type in, it would make it so much easier. If you go onto your roster tab and you go down to manage invites, there is literally a type bar right here in roster. You can type things, you can type stuff. Why can't they add a little typing bar to your shaders, to your collections, and also to your vaults? Because we now have 600 spaces in the vault. It's pretty crammed up and it's hard to find what you're looking for. But if we had a little typing bar, we could find exactly what we're looking for in seconds. This would be an extremely easy feature for Bungie to add into the game, so they should just do it. Number 5, perks and parts that you craft onto your weapons should stay unlocked. As you can see, I have multiple copies of Submission because I need one for PvE and one for PvP. Same thing with the Underskin, same thing with the Drang. And having multiple copies of these is really eating up my vault space. So here's my Underskin for your example. I should be able to have the ability to purchase everything if I wanted to. Everything, and they should remain unlocked. And when I go into my menu and look at my weapon, I should be able to have a drop down bar of everything I purchase and be able to swap around whatever I want because I bought it. I spent my hard-earned materials on it, Bungie. Let me have it. Don't take it away and make me spend my materials again if I want to swap the perks. I don't want to have to own multiple copies of all these weapons for PvE and PvP. Why can't I just have one? And I've even seen Asdacross make a couple ranting videos on this as well. It is a big change that needs to be implemented because it's just unnecessary stress added to weapon crafting. Number 4, we need a better shooting range. Back in the day, this area that you see at the end of the Duality Dungeon, this was known as the Tribute Hall. There was enemies on each of these gold platforms that you could spawn. It would be a projection of an enemy that you could kill over and over and over again to test your weapons. I'll even show some old footage just to show you what I mean. You literally just click on it, there's a little projection, you get to kill the enemy over and over and test your guns. And now this is the shooting range that we have today. It is an absolute pitiful excuse for a shooting range, Bungie. There's nothing you can do here. There's nothing you can test here. The range is all wonky. You cannot activate kill perks on these things to test out things like kill clip and multi-kill clip and rampage and stuff like that. We gotta have a thing like the Tribute Hall where you can spawn a red bar enemy of each race and then majors and then bosses and then even have a guardian projection where we can test out PvP weapons. It'd be so useful to literally all of us. It sucks having to go to lost sectors to test your weapons because those aren't good places either. This would just be very helpful to have, so please give us something like the Tribute Hall back. Number 3, hashtag delete Nessus for vault space. Bungie, 600 vault space is not enough. And I know a lot of people in the comments are going to say 600 is plenty. What are you talking about? Those are newer players. A lot of us who have been playing the game for a long time who've collected tons of God roll armor and weapons, we don't want to lose all of it. I've had to delete so much God rolls just to make vault space. You know, with each new season that comes by, Bungie is adding like 30 plus pieces of new loot to chase after. So why don't they compensate and give us somewhere to even store those? You know, the vault is getting fuller and fuller, and even we have weapon crafting. So everything from every season onward that we craft, we're gonna have to store in our vault because like we talked about earlier, the perks don't stay unlocked after you buy them. So we have no choice but to store every crafted weapon in our vault because we spent our hard-earned materials on them. So a couple years in the future, our vaults are gonna be jam-packed with nothing but crafted weapons because Bungie doesn't allow us to dismantle them because we'll have to buy them again. So with each new season that goes by, with all of the new loot they bring us, they should increase our vault space by 50 with the release of each season. That would be great because then we would have somewhere to even store all of that new loot we get. And I'm aware that there's the issue of cloud space. I know that there's not infinite space. Bungie needs to keep the game under control when it comes to space. They can't have it ever growing. But there is plenty in the game that they can delete. I actually made a video on areas in the game that you didn't know existed. I'll link it in the card in the top right corner if you want to check it out. But you can see that there are some huge unused areas in the game that Bungie could easily delete to free up some space to give us some vault space. And I did say at the beginning of this, hashtag delete Nessus for vault space. There is nothing really to do on Nessus other than farm the Conflux Lost Sector. I personally do some farming over here at the Orrery Lost Sector. And also there's a couple objectives for the Divinity quest, but if you took those objectives out, you can just throw the Divinity in the kiosk in the Monument of Light in the tower, and it'd make Divinity way more accessible for newer players who can't really get a group together for a div run in Garden, because that is borderline impossible to do nowadays. So if you just delete Nessus, you can make so much more room for vault space. Like, what is there to do here? There's the Exodus Crash Strike, there's the Insight Terminus Strike. Those are the only pieces of content on Nessus that see regular play. Other than that, there is no reason to have Nessus, Bungie. There is no reason, just delete it. If you take a look at my dim here, you can see that a lot of my postmasters, my characters' inventories, my vault, it's just everything's completely full. It's a constant struggle on a daily basis that I don't have storage to store all this stuff. It's just constantly making the game frustrating to play. Now, me personally, I would want 1,000 vault space. However, I would be totally okay with Bungie just cumulatively giving us 50 plus vault space with each season that comes by. Number 2, stop dropping weapons that I already crafted. Do you see the problem here? I have a fully crafted Godroll Taipan, and then this drops from me, Bungie. Can you please explain? Why do I need another one when I already have one crafted? And then I'm over here trying to focus weapons, and I'm trying to get a Godroll Boudica C and Enyo D, but guess what? It's dropping Ranghill Ds and Palmyra Bs. I already have the fully crafted God rolls in my vault. Why do I need more of them, Bungie? Just give me the loot that I haven't got. Prioritize those drops over the ones I already have crafted. Another good example of this is if we go to patterns here, I have been farming Dares of Eternity to try to get the crafted Wastelander. I've only gotten 2 patterns to drop, but guess what? The Pardon Our Dust, I have already gotten 8 red borders. Bungie, do you not see this? I already have a crafted Pardon Our Dust. Why do I need more red borders of that? Give me the red borders of the Wastelander, because it is loot that I do not have. There needs to be some kind of priority system in the loot pool. Grinding this game would be so much better if Bungie just disabled redundant gear drops. Please prioritize the red borders that we don't have. And therefore prioritize the loot that is random and not the loot that we already have crafted God rolls of. Number 1, better Umbral focusing. Now we're staying here at the star chart for this one. So I think Bungie is headed in the right direction, but it could be a lot better. So I like that you can focus specific brands of weapons so you can get more close to what you're looking for. Now, I've been trying to farm for a God roll funnel web for months. Like, you can click on this thing and expect the loot. Why not, when you click on it, just allow you to focus the specific thing that you want to get? Why is it a 1 in 5 chance? Why not just let me focus the funnel web? And this brings us to another thing on the same topic, and that is Legend and Master Lost Sectors. And this ties in, and you'll see in a minute why. But you can farm a Legend Lost Sector literally all day, like 9 hours, and you will not get the exotic that you're trying to farm for. You know why? It's because, again, with each season that goes by, we're getting a lot of new loot. That means a lot of new exotic armor. So you're less likely to get that Warlock helmet that you're looking for, or that Titan chest piece. It's just not gonna drop for like 10 hours. It's all RNG, and nowadays the RNG is getting really bad with the amount of options of exotics that we have. So what I personally feel that there needs to be is exotic Umbral engrams. When you complete a Legend or Master Lost Sector, there should be a chance of getting an exotic Umbral engram. And that should mean that you can come to the star chart and zoom in on whatever the exotic Umbral engram symbol would be, and there would be a list of exotics for that character, and you can use that Umbral to specifically focus that armor piece that you want. It doesn't matter how rare the drop is. They can be as rare as Gambit, Vanguard, and Trials mementos, but just please make them drop. It'd make our lives so much better. and also add mod engrams that you can focus at Ada for specific mods that you need. Now, this personally doesn't affect me because I already have all the mods, but I help a lot of new players get into this game, and what hurts them the most is that there is a very, very important mod that they don't have, and it's all RNG, whether Ada has it in stock or not. There are literally mods in here that haven't been dropped at Ada in over a year, and Bungie, you yourself know how absolutely ridiculous that is. Now, a better way to acquire mods has been one of the most highly requested things in the community, because it is absolute madness that there are mods in here that are time gated almost up to 2 years. So that is going to do it for my list today. Like I said, if you have any ideas on some quality of life changes, feel free to share in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Those 2 actions really help the algorithm and the video's performance. And if you're new, consider subscribing. If we can possibly get some devs to see this video, that'd be awesome, but I'll try not to keep my hopes up. So with that, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.